We have our ninth grade winner from Solon High School. His name is Harsith. He is going to read his winning essay for us. If you all could please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
My title of my essay is The Power of Student Voices: Why Protest Must Be Protected. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. These powerful words from Frederick Douglass underscore a timeless truth that meaningful change arises from those courageous enough to challenge the current situation. In recent years, student protests have become a powerful force for change, addressing critical issues such as racial injustice, climate change, and political policies. University campuses have often served as battlegrounds for these movements, sparking debates about the balance between free speech and institutional authority. However, when universities respond with disciplinary actions like suspensions or expulsions, they risk silencing voices that are crucial to societal progress. The question is, should students be punished for protesting, or should their right to free expression be fearlessly protected? A pivotal example of this ongoing debate took place in 2015 at the University of Missouri, where students protested racial inequality and the administration's failure to address racist incidents on campus. Their movement, known as Consent Student 1950, gained national attention as students staged demonstrations, boycotts, and even hunger strikes. However, instead of embracing student consents, university officials threatened disciplinary actions, arguing that these protests disrupted campus operations. The students, on the other hand, maintained that actions were protected under the First Amendment, which guarantees the right to free speech and peaceful assembly. As civil rights leader John Lewis once said, never ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble. The students at Missouri were making necessary trouble by challenging systemic injustices that had long been ignored. Their movement led to significant changes, including the resignation of the university president. This case exemplifies why student protests are not acts of defiance but rather catalysts for meaningful reform. At the heart of this issue is a fundamental question: what role should universities play in shaping the boundaries of free expression? Universities are meant to be places where ideas are explored, challenged, and debated. By restricting student protest, institutions risk betraying their very mission to foster critical thinking and empower the next generation of leaders. The great Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. If students are discouraged from voicing their opinions, how can they hope to bring about change? Protests serve as an essential tool for drawing attention to overlooked issues and questioning outdated practices. To punish students for engaging in such activism is to suppress their ability to think independently, challenge injustices, and participate in the democratic process. Of course, some argue that universities must maintain order and ensure the protests do not disrupt the learning environment. While it is true that excessive disruption should be managed, it is equally true that suppressing student voices does more harm than good. A university's duty is not to enforce rules, but also to encourage meaningful dialogue. The 1960 civil rights movement and the Vietnam War protest were largely fueled by student activism. If those students had been silenced, would the world have witnessed the same level of progress? In conclusion, students should never be punished for exercising their right to protest. Free speech is just not a privilege, it's a fundamental right, essential for shaping a fair and just society. Universities should embrace, rather than suppress, student activism. As the great Martin Luther King once stated, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Students' protests matter. They push boundaries, ignite conversations, and drive change. By allowing students to speak up without fear of retribution, universities ensure that they remain places of learning, growth, and progress. As the ancient Tamil poet Thiruvalluvar wisely said, the finest knowledge and keen intellect are of no use if one lacks the courage to stand firm in difficult times. If students do not raise their voices against the injustice, who will? By protecting their right to protest, universities uphold their true purpose, creating a generation of thinkers, leaders, and change makers who dare to make a difference. Thank you.